Oh, come on. Every time I think I need a quick bite to eat, there's always some asshole in my way. Come on! I want some nuggets!
Just do it. Just drink. Drink, 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 drink.
Cheers and welcome to Beer and Headshots. I am J Bar and today we are reviewing this very unique kit from MrTass's Etsy shop. They're all accessories for Quest 2 controllers and there's a lot to go over here, so we're gonna jump right into it. I wanna give a big shout out to MrTass. He sent me this kit a long time ago and it took me forever to get it reviewed and to get this video out, so thank you so much for being patient. Also guys, remember to hit that subscribe button so you know when new videos are coming up. We have a lot more coming at you very soon. And without further ado, let's talk about MrTass's kit here. What I have for MrTass that I'm gonna be showing you is called the Ultimate Bundle on his website. I'm not going to go into all of the different bundles that he has and all the different add-ons because there is a lot out there and he has so many options and different colors for you guys to choose from. I would just encourage you to check out his Etsy shop. I'll make sure there's a link in the description below, as well as a link to his YouTube channel where he kind of goes into different aspects of his kit and different things you can do with it. So moving right along, let me show you how to put the controller mounts on and how to put together the gun stock a little bit just to get you started. So here is some of the kit that I was sent. Starting off, we have a bit of a lanyard here. This is for the smaller stock options, just to kind of act as a bit of a sling. You have the controller mounts for your left and right Quest controllers. You got the MiniMag here, as well as the QuickAim and the Swing Plus mount with the magnet. He has two versions of these golf club mounts, one with the magnet on it like you see here, and then the other one's a full printed item that connects to your controllers just like the other magnetic mounts do. And to get the connectors on the controllers, it's pretty simple. You want to slide the controller lanyard through the hole on the bottom of the mount and make sure it fits snug, just like this. And then you have this strap here, and the strap's primary objective is to really just keep the controller tight in this mount so it's not flying out when you're doing things. You can also use it as a hand strap, which is kind of what I'm showing you with the way that I put it on here. It sounds like MrTass likes to put his hand through the loop in general. I think there's a couple ways to do this. I would prefer, I think, to see kind of an elastic type strap, but there are ways to actually get these to work with Kiwi design controller straps, for example, if you are willing to use a heat gun or something to that effect to kind of mold the controller mount. And MrTass actually does have a video on his channel of him doing just that, and I will make sure that's also in the description below. But once you have your controller in there and feeling good, then you just got to set up the other one and your controllers are ready to go. And here we have the Magstock Plus option. MrTass has a cheek stock option here that you can add onto your gun stock for some extra stability. Here's how it kind of came packaged. You would really have to try to break these. I find them very sturdy, and he has these pinwheel type connectors on here that kind of interlock with each other. So when you adjust it, you can rotate them and then re-tighten the wing nuts to lock them in. I'll get this set up and we'll take a look in game. Here we are in Pavlov. This is a good map, easy for practicing, a little bit of target shooting, all that. So we are going to try out all of the gun stock options that MrTass's Etsy shop provides here. I'm using the full mag stock here, and I did get rid of the cheek pad. I don't need it for a game like Pavlov or any games that I'm a little bit more fast paced. I could see maybe for Onward having a reason to use it. If you were a sniper and wanted to get a lot of really steady shots, kind of far down range, anything like that, then I could see the cheek stock being a little bit more useful. But in a game like Pavlov, for me, it'll just kind of get in the way. So I did remove that for now. And this is the kind of general shape of my stock that I ended up with. If you go in the training range or you go into a target range like this, what you can do is make sure that it just lines up comfortably so that you can see through the sight without straining your body, without hurting your arms, within a pretty comfortable position. And I like having the buttstock kind of under my armpit here. That way, anytime I drop it, if I'm going to grab a pistol or throw a nade, I kind of always can keep it in one spot with my arm here, and then I just know to drop my hand down in a certain spot and then drop it on, and then I'm reattached on the magnets. It doesn't take a lot of practice, I found, with this. I think the fact that the magnets are it's less of a connector and more just you just have to slap the controller on it. You don't have to be perfectly aligned every time, and after a little bit you'll be right on point. It just takes a little bit of practice. I have found having virtual stock in the settings here enabled will help you out. I think it provides a bit more stability. It gets rid of a lot of jitter that you can have no matter what type of set you're using or gun stock, and it just kind of makes you more stable. I found that it actually works when you're using physical stocks really well. Yeah, so when I'm aiming here, I'm completely stable. So we're just gonna pop a few shots here and see how it goes. So not bad. I mean, like I've barely used this stock yet. And I'm feeling, you know, at least like I'm hitting things that I'm aiming at, right? Probably a little bit more practice. I'm also not used to Quest. If you guys have seen my stream on Twitch, I'm typically using a Valve Index and my knuckle controllers and a different stock, but... Ooh. All right, and another tip I want to show you guys while I'm attaching and unattaching from the stock is I found that using with my front controller, I like to push forward. You can go backwards or forwards, it's pretty easy. But with my front controller, I like to push forward to break off if I have to grab something like a mag here or anything like that. With my backhand, I like to pull backwards, so if I have to drop my gun, anything like that. So if you do this and you keep playing around with it, you'll really find where you want to or how you want the gun stock adjusted as well. You can kind of sit here and keep practicing and keep kind of adjusting the elbows on the stock until you've really dialed it into what you like, and it's okay to be trying different things as you play and as you learn with it. Pretty much every gun stock is that way. But like I can already feel a little bit more steady as I'm adjusting how I'm holding it. You know, I'm able to kind of lock onto targets a little bit better. Yeah, see, as I'm practicing, shooting more, I'm feeling more confident with it. And then reload and keep at it. But say I don't want to use a full stock like this. Say I think that it kind of gets in the way or it's just kind of too much for me to hold on to and play around with. Let's remove this carefully. I'm just going to set this down on the floor, nice and gently. We don't want to be mean to it now. Now, say I want to use the MiniMag system from MrTass's Etsy shop. Let's check this out. So this one just has kind of a lanyard that goes over the top. You basically just don't get the added stability of a butt stock in your shoulder, which I do like that. But for this, especially with virtual stock on, I mean, it feels good pretty much right out of the gate. So the MiniMag actually feels really natural as well with smaller SMGs like this. So this little AK here, I mean, I can really, I mean, it just feels really comfortable using it in this fashion. And then if I wanted to put the gun away, I can break off my backhand like this, and I can just hold the stock under here. This is what MrTass recommends to do in case you're really trying to basically keep track of where this is, so you can always unmount it, remount it quickly. Because if you're just leaving it around your chest, it might be a little bit harder to pick up without having to look for it. So if I do it like this though, then I know right away to grab it like that, and I'm back in business. Just feels good. Just feels good. We shoot some watermelons. All right, and another cool part about the MiniMag that I want to show you while I'm still in Pavlov is not only is it good as kind of a quick and handy stock, you can also use it for vehicles. So if I wanted to use it as a steering wheel, and actually, let's take a seat in the treadmill as well. There we go. So if I wanted to use it like this and drive, we can do that. And it kind of creates like a little bit of a wheel. And it actually feels really nice, but oh, come on. Every time I think I need a quick bite to eat, there's always some asshole in my way. Come on! I want some nuggets! All right, folks, I want to give you a quick rundown of the QuickAim here. And I switched over to Population 1 because this is the type of game that I think the QuickAim really shines in. So it's just this little piece, right? It's just got kind of a little pointer on it. So nothing that connects to an alternate controller or anything. There's only one magnet on here, so you would only use it on one controller at a time. And the standard way to use it would be to put it on your primary hand and then kind of just, I like to push it up against under where my palm is, kind of holding the controller, and just kind of hold. And that is meant to steady you and just make it so that you are a little bit more, you know, accurate and steady and all that. And it's nice because it's really quick. You don't have to worry about reattaching or the muscle memory around that. You just bring up your gun, and I can just bring it up and slap it kind of right under my wrist there. And I'm a little more stable, and it just kind of helps. One tip that I think I did get from MrTass as well is instead of using this on your primary hand, it actually makes more sense to use it on your secondary hand. And that way, especially in a game like Pop 1 where you're moving really fast and you kind of don't want things to get in the way when you're climbing walls and things like that, you can keep this on your alternate hand, and it just kind of hides under your forearm then when you're not needing to use it. So that way, now when I need to bring it up, I just kind of do the reverse where I push it up against my rear palm, and then we're still more steady. So with the AK, what I'm kind of finding is nice. I kind of push forward when I'm shooting to control the recoil with my front hand, and kind of dig a little bit more into the palm of my hand. And then I have a little bit more recoil control when I do that. So that actually feels pretty nice if I can nail it down. But yeah, a little bit of practice with this, and yeah, you can hit some targets. And before we move on, we should try something like a sniper, a Seiko. Looks like I got a friend here. There we go. Okay, that's me being a little bit off. There we go. Yeah, this QuickAim, it could work for any type of game. I particularly like it for your faster paced games, kind of like Population 1, After the Fall, a little bit more arcadey games, things like that. But that doesn't mean it's not viable in the other games. You just got to use it and get used to it and see if you like it. And now we are in Walkabout Mini Golf, just so I can show you a little bit of the swing mount. So remember, MrTass has two versions of these, all right? He's got one with the magnet, and then one that is more of the full cup that will strap onto your controller. If you're going to be doing anything crazy or playing Golf Plus and really swinging your controller, you need to use this one. I will tell you that right now. These magnets are strong. I would just not trust swinging really hard with the magnet version of the mount. Use the magnet one more for like putting, or if you do a lot of walkabout, this is great. But if you're going to do full-on swings, like you're playing actual golf or like you're playing Golf Plus, use the full mount that does not have the magnet attachment, because I do not want to see any more fail videos of people throwing their controllers into their TVs. When I do this, I kind of hold the bottom of the controller as well. I'm sure that there's plenty of ways that you can check this out, but there we go. So I can now hold just the controller. Whoa, there we go. Almost good. Almost good. Let's see if we can land a putt here. Hey, there we go. That's what we like to see. All right, let's go for a long one. Look at that. Getting into line of sight here. Let's see if we can putt this. Nailed it. And just for some fun, I wanted to show you guys that you can even change around the configuration of the Magstock to kind of make it another accessory completely. And here I'm playing Kayak VR Mirage, and I have the stock set up in a way where it kind of just feels like a paddle in my hands, and this is just a really relaxing experience. And this kind of shows that you can use the Magstock configuration or some of the parts that you buy from MrTass's Etsy shop here to maybe make up your own accessories and things to fit whatever games you're playing. Pretty cool stuff. So there you have it, folks. Those are just some of the offerings from MrTass's Etsy shop. He's got a lot more out there, so I just encourage you to check out his shop and see if there's anything you like. I think the beauty of his kit is how versatile it is. You can either pick and choose the specific add-ons and accessories you want from his store, or you can go with something like the Ultimate Bundle and kind of have an accessory for anything. And with that, folks, I am J Bar. Thank you for checking out Beer and Headshots. Make sure you subscribe and check out my Twitch. We are live Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Time every week. And if you check out my Discord, we do VR community nights once a month, and we just have a lot of fun VR folks over there. So feel free to hop in and join the community. Until next time, cheers.